Man, it's been ages since I've watched Yogi Bear. Good thing MeTV gave us access to watch Hanna-Barbera cartoons for free instead of paying for Boomerang.
Too bad Ivy's missing out on good cartoons.
Who needs her anyway? At least we can be alone for once.
Paul, looks like we got new neighbors.
New neighbors means new drinking buddy, and plus, they even have children, which means Ivy would get new friends. In that case, I will have to call Ivy to come downstairs.
I'll invite the new neighbors to our house.
Oh boy, I love watching memes from 2006. I finished watching 2016 memes, so now I'm currently watching memes from 2006.
Ivy, stop watching 2006 memes and get your ginger ass downstairs.
Father, can't you see that I'm busy appreciating the fine innocent humor from '06?
How do you know that 2006 was a fun year? You weren't even born for the next 13 years. Yes, it was the year I became a teenager, so it sucked for me.
Yeah, right. You probably still watched Fetch with Rough Ramen, Wow Wow WubG and Mickey Mouse Clubhouse as a teenager. How embarrassing.
I did not fucking watch baby shows as a teenager. Now shut the fuck up and get the fuck downstairs, you little shit.
Alright, fine. At least ask me politely rather than talking to me like I'm some kind of retarded 2-year-old.
I heard that Ivy.
This right here is my husband Paul.
Hello Paul, my name is Joseph Nimrod Davidson II, but you can call me Nimrod.
I am Martha Davidson.
And this is my first-born son Joseph Nimrod Davidson III, but we call him Joey.
Wow. How old is Joey by any chance?
Our Joey is 6 years old.
Wow. That's the same age as our Ivy. I hope she gets along with him.
Only if he doesn't act like a normal 6-year-old.
Ugh, well you better let me have an adult conversation with the guest. Holy crap. Hi, I'm Ivy Martin. What's yours?
Hello Ivy, my name is Joseph Nimrod Davidson III, but everyone calls me Joey.
By the way, you look so cute and sophisticated with your suit.
And you look so cute with that pigtails and bow.
Wow. I'm surprised that Ivy got along with your son quickly. Usually, she insults kids her age for being immature and childish.
Joey is like that too, because he thinks he's more mature than others.
Want to come to my room and talk about politics?
Wow, I love politics too.
Meet me in my room.
Grace, can you show the Davidsons your wildlife collection from Australia while I have a man-to-man talk with this character?
Sure thing. Come on, let me show you all my wildlife stuff from the outback.
Let me tell you something, boy. I know you like my daughter, but before you have my daughter, you will have to go through me. I know you're just a 6-year-old child, but we will have a duel for the next 10 years. If you lose, you stay away from my daughter forever. Failure to do so, I will injure you and build a house around you with no windows and door, and will make you forget about my daughter. You have 10 years to think about it, and you have time to train to fight me. So go enjoy being a child and play with my daughter. And no lovey-dovey stuff to my Ivy.
I like how we have this conversation like real men, but don't worry, I can't afford to get gym membership. My family is rich. Also, you need to do better with threatening someone young enough to be your son. That's a poor people's move.
Ugh. I've just met that boy today and that kid is already an asshole just like Ivy.
Sorry I'm late. Your dad is being such an attention whore.
Congrats, you got to know my dad. My dad is such a sap.
I can tell. So what are you doing?
I'm trying to calculate next month's house bills.
Don't worry, I'll help you pay the rest of the mortgage because my dad just got a job at the bank that owns your house.
Wow, Joey, you are a lifesaver.
There you have it. You don't have to worry about house payment anymore.
Thanks, Joey. So what makes you and your family move to this neighborhood?
We've just moved here from America. New Jersey to be precise. My parents decided that we should start over in Canada.
Canada is lovely. It's more diverse and welcoming than America.
Nah, America is better. At least we have Donald Trump as president and we won't have another Democrats for the next 28 years.
So you're saying that there will be a MAGA dynasty?
Yes, my love. J.D. Vance will be next, then Ivanka, then Eric and later Barron Trump. Charlie Kirk has potential, but he's gone too soon. That's why I have been inspired to mass debate to college girls after his passing.
Wow, if the MAGA dynasty happens, it's going to be like the Landgrab family from The Sims.
You play The Sims?
Yes, do you? It teaches you how to be an adult.
Nah, I don't play that game because it's for girls. It's kinda like a virtual dollhouse. I like to play Call of Duty and Mortal Kombat.
It's not really a dollhouse game, it's way better than playing with some stupid Barbie dolls.
I used to play Fortnite until bunch of 9-year-olds starts flooding the game screaming on their mics like bunch of poor retards. I don't play children's game.
Yeah, I know. At least The Sims is single player and the community is nice, if you're not homophobic.
Well, I don't think the Sims community will like me for being a Charlie Kirk supporter unless I can convince them to go back to church like I did with Gen Z kids.
Hey, the next time you mass debate college girls, will you invite me?
Sure thing, baby. I'm planning on mass debating to college girls at the University of Montreal.
Oh no you don't. No daughter of mine is going to be a Charlie Kirk wannabe.
Dad, can you get out? You're embarrassing me. What the hell happened to knocking?
I came to tell your little friend that it's time for him to go home. His parents needs to unpack a lot of stuff.
Okay, but I want to mass debate at the university with Joey.
It's okay, sweetie. I still need to unpack a lot of stuff at my room. I'll see you later.
Dad, can me and Joey hang out another time?
You are only allowed to hang out with him at school. Elsewhere would be a mutual agreement between me and Mr. Davidson.
We don't need your consent. We have the right to hang out with each other at any time. It builds our relationship.
Just shut the fuck up and do your homework. You're being delirious.
That's not what delirious mean, Paul.
I heard that.
Alright, my little chip off the old block, this is your new school.
This school looks like a school for poor people. Who are these poor students?
Joey, I know you're upset about changing schools, but you'll get used to it. The private school we applied for you doesn't have enough room for you in their first grade class. Public school is our only choice, because it's free and plus, you get to ride the school bus after school.
There's no way in hell I'm taking the bus. That's for poor people. I've never been on a bus before. Only poor people take buses.
Son, some rich people like us take the bus to save money for gas. Plus, your mother and I may not have the energy to drop and pick you up from school. Taking the school bus is more convenient, to be honest. On the bright side, you get to see your little friend Ivy every day.
Ivy attends this poor people's school? Well, I better pursue my educational prowess. Love you, Dad.
Have a nice day at school, champ.
Ugh, even the hallway looks like a place for poor people.
Yeah, school kinda sucks. I have to be forced to hang out with little kids for 6 to 7 hours every day.
Hey Ivy, who's your new friend?
Ivy, I didn't know you hang out with poor people. I'm not sure if the Chinese kid is poor, but Asians are honorary Aryans.
Joey, these are my friends Daisy and Samuel. Daisy, Samuel, this is Joey, my neighbor who moved to Canada from New Jersey. He's super rich and his dad works in a bank.
Nice to meet you, Joey. I'm Samuel and my parents grew up in a village in China and immigrated to Canada 20 years ago.
And I'm Daisy, the youngest of the Anderson siblings, and also the bestest and my parents' favorite. My big brother and sister are the scapegoat of the family, but don't tell Caillou and Rosie that I said that.
I got to admit, your friends seem interesting, especially the Chinese kid.
Everyone here is at least interesting. Except for Patrick. Avoid him at all cost.
Is he a bully, or is he just some poor kid?
Worse than poor. He rides the short bus and he's generally annoying. He's so annoying that nobody wants to be his friend.
And he also talks about goanimate every day, like everything reminds him of goanimate.
Don't worry, Ivy, I'll protect you from that Patrick person.
Thanks for sticking up to me, although, it is behoove you to hide from him because he doesn't understand what no means.
Joey and Ivy, sitting in the tree, Kissing. First comes love, then comes marriage, then comes Ivy with a baby carriage.
Can you two shut the fuck up? Having a boyfriend is not that bad. You need a partner to support you every day.
Come on, Samuel, let's go tell everyone in class that Ivy has a boyfriend.
Ugh, who invented kids anyway? This is why I prefer hanging out with adults rather than retarded snot-nosed brat who watches brain rot slop every day.
You're right, poor kids are so weird.
Come on, Joey, Let me take you to our first grade class.
This is a poor classroom.
What makes this classroom poor?
There's no way I'm sitting on desks. Desks are for poor people.
Let me guess, in your private school, you sit on the floor?
No, my old school used the hardness method. We basically sit on the hardness table with our teacher. I had the privilege to sit close to the teacher, and I used to goon at her feet on TikTok.
I didn't know you were a foot fetish.
I was until she started censoring her feet in future TikTok vlogs after some Indians and poor Appalachians started being weird at her comment section. Man, these poor people can't keep their fetish to themselves. They go online and become a socially awkward weirdo.
At least you still have me, Pookie Bear.
Thanks, Pookie. What kind of poor poster is that?
Oh, you mean that listening rule poster with a gay-ass art style? That's just ADHD propaganda. Don't pay attention to that.
The hardness method can help some individual with ADHD. If this school wasn't that poor, then they would buy hardness tables for classrooms.
Cool, come sit next to me, baby.
Good morning, students. I am Mr. Thanksgiving. Looks like we have a new student today.
Hello, my name is Joseph Nimrod Davidson III and I am the richest kid in this poor school. I come from New Jersey, so don't mess with me, and I am a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant who make fun of poor people and the minorities. I have to attend this poor-ass school because there's no space in Canadian private school. My hobby is mass debating to college girls at liberal colleges. My role models are Andrew Tate, Charlie Kirk, and the GOAT Donald J. Trump.
Thank you for sharing, Joseph. You are going to love these last souls. This is going to be a fun class because it will make you love school.
Enough with the singing. Singing are for poor people. This isn't fucking kindergarten.
Joseph, I can't believe you say an oh no word. I know in America, kids can swear at their teachers and fight them, but you shouldn't fight teachers in Canada.
Hey, Thanksgiving, stop bullying my boyfriend.
Ivy, go back to your seat.
Don't tell my girlfriend what to do. Nobody bosses her around except for me.
Do you know what? That's it. The whole class lost Barney privilege. We were supposed to watch Barney videos in class, but we are not watching it anymore.
We are first graders, not preschoolers. Barney is a baby show and for poor people who cannot afford preschool.
Class, can you thank these two troublemakers for losing Barney privilege, since they said that Barney is a baby show, and for poor people?
Everyone shut the fuck up. You have no room to boo us since you guys still watch baby shows at your age. Plus, you all are poor.
Ivy Martin, Joseph Davidson, to the principal's office. Now.
Come on, Ivy, let's leave this poor classroom. No wonder the school is poor. The principal is a black woman.
Excuse you, young man, what does that statement mean?
It means that all poor schools are ran by inferior people. My old private school was ran by a superior man.
If you don't like my school, I suggest expelling you from this school.
Mrs. Clementine, please excuse my boyfriend. He just moved into my neighborhood from New Jersey. It's his first time in a public school.
Oh, I see. You must be Joseph Nimrod Davidson III. What a very unfortunate middle name.
Actually, my middle name is of Jewish origin. My grandfather was named after a man from the Bible. Both Joseph and Nimrod.
Oh well, since you're new here, I'll let that slide. But don't disrespect your teacher again or you will be serving detention.
Do you guys do some Bible study? My old private school has Bible class.
Sorry, Joseph. Our school don't encourage religion and politics as a subject. I am still a Christian woman with 2 kids. My oldest son is one thing, but my daughter Clementine has started moving away from God ever since she entered a middle grade level.
Don't worry, if a preteen is starting to rebel against God, maybe give her a church book for moody teenagers so that they can bring Christ into their lives again.
Not going to lie. That seems like a good idea. I could have done that years ago with my son, but I will do that now.
No problem, Mrs. Clementine. So does that mean you can invite me and my boyfriend to the teacher's lounge? I want to introduce Joey to Aunt Anne.
Absolutely not. You're not having Auntie Anne's pretzels at the teacher's lounge. It's for teachers only.
Oh come on, the cafeteria is loud and the school food is dog shit. Come on Joey, let's all lose our appetite from eating shitty school food and kids squirting milk from their noses.
Ugh, this food looks like something poor people eat. Is this school so poor that they can't afford to give us better food?
Well, this school is funded by the government. Government are notorious for being corrupt, so don't expect them to give us nice things. See, I told you that the food is dog shit, but we need to look for somewhere to sit.
You know, Ivy, even though we are forced to eat poor people's food, it feels like we are on a date.
I agree with you. Sorry you didn't get to meet my aunt. Principal Clementine can be a jackass sometimes.
That's fine. I'm not surprised that the school principal is borderline rude. I've seen people worse than her in New Jersey, especially the poor people who receive welfare. But don't worry, I have been observing pattern recognition of black women's behavior for 6 years, so I don't need to worry about it. Since Valentine's Day is coming up this Saturday, I was hoping me and you will go on a date at an expensive 5-star restaurant.
As long as it is not Chuck E. Cheese or McDonald's, I will be your Valentine. Then we get married and have a place on our own. Then we have kids once we hit puberty.
Thank you. See you on Saturday evening.
Dude, you are so in there.
Hey, that's none of your business. You are way too young to be involved in this matter.
Come on Ivy, we're your friends. We are happy that you are becoming a young woman.
Thanks, but what are you guys doing for Valentine's Day? Do you have your own Valentine dates?
Valentine's Day are for adults, not a children's holiday.
Samuel is right. I don't want to get boy cooties on Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day isn't gross. It's way better than Christmas, Halloween and Easter, which are baby holidays.
Bless your heart, Ivy.
Good luck on your date.
Ugh, kids are so nosy. This Valentine is going to be the best time of my life.
You know what I like about Quebec? It's like France in the Western Hemisphere.
French is the language of love.
You look more beautiful with that makeup.
Thank you. I have been watching makeup tutorial on YouTube. Also, thank you for inviting me to this expensive 5-star French restaurant.
No problem. I'm trying to know about your culture before I marry you. French cuisine are better than American hamburgers.
I agree, baby. Pizza is overrated as well. So is McDonald's.
Ivy, it has almost been a week since we've known each other. I have something I need to propose to you.
Sure, I don't mind.
Ivy Martin, will you?
Ugh, what is with the I? What are you, Fred Flintstone? Joe.
Baby, what's going on?
I don't know. I was about to ask you the same thing.
Don't worry, Ivy. Take a deep breath, then we turn our back at the same time at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Joey, meet me in my study.
Yes, father.
So Mom and Dad, how was your Valentine's Day? At least you have a new son-in-law.
Ivy. Oh my god, Ivy. How fucking dare you go on a date while underage? That is fucking it. You are fucking grounded for the rest of the fucking month.
But Dad, I just wanted to have a good Valentine's Day.
I know, son, but you're too young to be thinking about going on a date. What I meant by young is that you are 10 years too early for dating.
But how come I'm always too young to do anything cool?
You know, son, life is complicated and it is meant to be unfair. There are certain things you shouldn't be doing at your age. There are things that you are too old to be doing, and there are things that you are too young to be doing. Also, the principal told me that you misbehaved during the first day of your new school.
I had trouble adjusting to the public school life. I didn't like how the classroom looked because they didn't use the hardness method.
Son, that's because the school wants to be a traditional school. We like things the traditional way, so you have to get used to it.
Thanks, Dad. That really helped me. Now that we are best friends again after hitting me with the belt, Can I go to a local university and masturbate to the college girls?
No. You're still grounded. Go to your room and read your Bible.
Yes, Father.
The moral of this video is that you shouldn't grow up too fast and rush things in life. Enjoy the freedom of being a kid until you are old enough to be fully responsible. Life is supposed to be unfair, so don't get jealous of your parents doing cool stuff because they also wish to be young again. Another misconception about Valentine's Day is that it's not only about romantic stuff. It's a time to love your friends, families, neighbors and acquaintances.